wanna do is drink beer for breakfast. All I wanna do is drink beer for breakfast.
KPAM News Time is 7:42. It's the first edition Beer Geek on the air every Thursday morning at 7:40. And we welcome in live in studio, getting ready to celebrate the first birthday party of Thunder Island Brewing Company in Cascade Locks. Dan Hines, welcome back to the Beer Geek.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You were here almost exactly a year ago, and you'd been open for what, about a week?
About a week, yeah, just right opening, and now we're 1 year down the road.
How do you feel about that?
Feeling great. It's been a wild ride. And just like I promised last time, speaking of drinking beer for breakfast, I brought a nice beer in to enjoy in the studio. We're drinking our Scotch Porter, nice, dark, meaty, and ironically, the only beer I have on tap at the moment.
Well, it's the joys of being on the radio at 7:40 in the morning. We get to enjoy a breakfast beer. So
There you
cheers.
go. Cheers, salud.
Yeah. So this is one of your house beers?
This is one of our house beers. Yeah, we've been running a few. We started, I don't know if you remember, but to the listeners as well, just about a year ago on a 2-barrel system, which turns out to be tiny. Just the smallest thing ever.
You can't make it fast enough.
You cannot make it fast enough. So we had a great summer just trying to keep up with demand, trying to get a couple new beers on tap. We got to do some seasonals and a fresh hop.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're 98% done with our 7-barrel installation. So
Fantastic.
you can expect to see those beers you remember before and maybe some new ones in the future.
Well, that certainly helps. You're not brewing 7 days a week, and you can churn out more beer at on any given brew session. So just looking over the past year, and remind folks, you're out in Cascade Locks.
Cascade Locks, absolutely.
In the Gorge. It's a beautiful setting, and we'll get into that in a second. But just other than the size of the brewery itself, what have been some of the challenges and the highlights of year one?
Oh, well, we brought in food service before. We were just we followed some of the same model as other people and just had a tasting room, and that is fun. But now with
Now you're running a restaurant. Huh?
now with the restaurant, we went from just having maybe 2-3 employees tops to now we're up to 10.
Wow.
So I get to kind of wrangle the troops up and
Be the boss.
be the boss. Yeah, put on my big kid boots, when I'm outside the brew house. So that's been fun, and we're just trying to plot out the next years. As ironic as it sounds, now that we're getting through this expansion, I'm already looking to the next expansion.
That's fantastic. That's a great problem to have.
Yeah, and that's what everyone tells me when I come home at night and I'm crying to the girlfriend, or sometimes in the morning after brewing all night, and I'm like, well, everybody's just drinking my beer so fast. She reminds me that these are, by the way, first world problems.
Yes.
And there can be other problems besides having too much demand for your product.
Yeah.
So we haven't swung the other way yet,
Right.
which means we're still on the uphill climb.
but it's an excellent position to be in here.
Absolutely.
A year later after we first talked. So what's going to be happening on Saturday? Saturday's the big birthday bash.
Yeah, Saturdays are 1 year. We're taking it somewhat light. We're going to have a band out there. Our house band is actually heading the opposite way to other things. So they're going to play the last show for us around 6 p.m. We're doing door prizes. Come on out. We're going to have a food truck as well as our food. If the big crowds come, everybody's going to get something to put in them. And then we're doing 10% off of all merchandise the entire day, which will help you get into your Thunder Island swag.
Yep, got to do that.
If you want my company or the image of our company on your body, this is a great way to get into it for a buck or two less, I guess.
So for where, tell folks where you're at, because people sometimes, I think for a lot of folks, Cascade Locks is just an exit off of I-84.
So we are in Cascade Locks. We're actually situated very interesting right off of the water. You have to come into town and take the first left. There's only 2 lefts, so you just take the first one when you're downtown. You're going to go under the train tracks. You're going to be a little freaked out, but don't be. You're going to enter into their waterfront park, which is just kind of a paradise down there. Very well manicured lawns. There's an island off from us that we're named after, and you'll see kind of a rickety sign that we made that says brewery and points to the left. Just follow it, and then you'll make it to my little slice of paradise down there.
It is a fantastic setting if you have a chance to check it out. We were out there on one of those beautiful, sunny summer days, and you're right next to the water. You can look across and see, Washington on the other side. Bridge of the Gods is right there. It's a lovely setting in the gorge to enjoy a pint.
Sure, absolutely. And now, bring your raincoat. But now also just right across from us, Greenleaf and Tabletop Mountain, they do get a lot of those smoky clouds that are kind of eerie and spooky. But I really enjoy watching, and the weather out there is intense or dramatic, so it provides a nice location as well.
It's a great slice of Oregon. For sure.
Yeah.
And the gorge is really up and coming when it comes to craft beer.
Oh, my. Yeah, I've been to a lot of my favorite haunts here in Portland, and, I mean, 3/4 of their tap list is occupied by breweries out there. So we're really excited. There's lots happening with the other breweries. It's a great community out there. Good stuff is in the future. So, Freem and hats off to Logston for getting a silver. At GBABF for their Peaches and Brett. So
and you've got over in Carson, you've got I think 3 or 4 places now.
3 places.
Walking Man and Stevenson. It's a great day to spend an afternoon, or a great place to spend an afternoon sampling some really fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, well, thanks for doing such great work.
No,
congratulations.
Thank you.
And I hope a lot of folks will see you out on Saturday.
Yeah, come on out. We'll have our new sour beers. We'd love to see you.
All right, that's Dan Hines, who is with Thunder Island Brewing Company in Cascade Locks, their first anniversary party this Saturday from noon to 9. Details on the KPAM Facebook page and on my Beer Geek blog at kpam.com. It's 7:48. This Day in Oregon History is coming up next.